All Day Drip. What's up, y'all? We have a rhymer that you are gonna be so impressed with. This cat is hot. He's fresh with his style. He's from Chicago to Atlanta and then back to Los Angeles with it. You know what I'm saying? The
Hmm.
rapper bomber,
Hmm.
Q-Town. What's going on, bro? Man, it's so good to have you, my dude.
I'm a little dude. Like you said, I came from Chicago, Illinois, so I'm no stranger to poverty and stuff like that, or just struggling and stuff like that. But I came up in Chicago, Illinois. I ended up bringing it to Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for a long time. I went to college in Atlanta, went to Georgia Southern University. I graduated college from there, and then circumstances just led me to California because it was just I was kind of getting tired of the music scene in Atlanta a little bit. It seemed like it was a little bit kind of like in one lane to me, and I wanted to be more broad. I didn't want to just do
Word.
only trap type of music. I wanted to do something that was way bigger than trap, and just take it in a different direction. So I ended up coming out to California. In California, everybody's free. Everybody just, be themselves, do what they want to do. So I like the environment out here. So it made me feel a lot more free to do the type of music that I really like to do, and just be
Yeah.
myself with the music.
Straight up, yeah. California is, I'm in the A, and I love the music scene in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. California is just a bigger, more wide open space, my brother. To not of course, literally and figuratively as well to express yourself
Hmm.
artistically, and that was a smart move, I think.
Definitely, definitely. It's worked out real good for me because ever since I've been out here, everybody's been embracing my music out here, which was kind of a change to me. Because when I lived in Atlanta, I would play my music for people and they would not be impressed at all. So like I feel
Wow.
like they really wanted to hear one type of thing when they heard my music, and it was like I was never delivering that exact thing that they wanted to hear. So people was not impressed. And then I came out here and I started. The first person that I ever rapped for that was like an actual that actually had a name for themselves was Mac Miller. So I got a chance to rap for Mac Miller when I was working at the airport before he died, which was like a crazy experience for me because I was just happened to
Wow.
be working at the airport and he was just traveling through the airport and he had his like entourage with him and everything and they had like a whole vibe. They was like rhyming and everything, and I was just like, oh man. And I was like, hold on, I'm taking my break right now just so I could like go up there and spit for him. So like I took my break and then I went out there where he was because he had walked outside. And then they were still rapping and I just waited for a point and then I was just like, hold on, let me spit something. And then I just went in, I started rhyming for him. He was instantly into it. And then after that,
Oh
he was
my
just like
God.
congratulating me. He was wanting to know my information. He was like, yeah, where's your music? Like, where can I find your music? And at the time, I had no music out whatsoever, no music out. And that was actually the point where I was like, okay, I got to do this. I got to put music out right now because I just spit for Mac Miller. He wanted to hear my music and I didn't have it out. And so that was the point that really changed everything for me. It changed my mindset about just doing music and everything.
Wow, you met the late Mac Miller, late great Mac Miller. Oh my
Hmm.
God, that's awesome, G. That's awesome, man. So
It is.
you made a vow to have your tracks ready next time you got your shot to spit for anybody.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And we have the track called King playing on alldaydrap.com right now, everybody. King is fire, is hot. That's Q-Town giving his all on them tracks. You know what I'm saying? Tell me how that track came about.
That track came about. It's really just it's a lot of different things that go into the concept of that track. It's really just kind of me as a person. I always kind of conducted myself at a high standard. It's like as I met people around me, and I would just like realize like I'm holding myself at a way higher standard than other people are around me, and so I'm just like, okay, well that means I have to put in my mind that I'm at a higher standard. So like that's really what it is. So like I'm
Yeah.
king. I'm a king, and I'm just a king of myself. So I have to conduct myself that way, and I have to hold myself at a high standard. And then on top of that, like the whole government thing, I'm kind of like I kind of have a segment of view when it comes to government. in the fact that I do my best to overlook it like altogether and to just look to myself when it comes to like like governing myself exactly. So I don't feel like there's
Wow.
really I don't feel like there's anything governing me other than myself and other than God. So like those are the only two things that I feel like are governing me. And so when I I happened to hear something about the election, and I was just sitting around one day, and then I was just like, "What, the election?" I immediately felt like it did not apply to me whatsoever because everybody was talking about it. And I'm just like, "Man, they talk about this election thing again." And then I was just like, I looked in the mirror. I was just like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm a king. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about this." And then I looked in the
Yeah.
mirror, and I was like, "Don't I look like a king?" I asked myself that, and then that's where the hook came from. It's just like, ain't I looking like a king? Ain't I looking like a
Uh,
king? And so that's where that came from. And then I just took it from there. And so, so the whole first verse, that was kind of just like me going into that going into that whole mindset of me being like, oh no, I don't like there's no party that's governing me. It's just me and God that's governing me.
yeah, man. I love it too. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. That's a great little that's a great story about it too. You know what I mean? In the mirror, all you see is a king, baby. I
Exactly.
love it. Right.
So
Now,
I feel like everybody should. I feel like everybody should, in a way, hold themselves to that type of standard, just to like always be the best that they can be, and not hold themselves at a low standard. To just always strive to be better.
right, exactly. Man, on that tip with me, I think what I had to do is realize that, with the way I communicate with people back in the day, I realized people held me to a higher standard than I held myself. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? So what I had to do
Yeah,
is make myself into the man that respected, you know what I mean, the higher level of communication of being that I deserved, you know what I mean? And so I got it from reverse, you know what I mean? I keyed off
yeah.
other people. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah. But still, you get to the same point though.
right, you get to the same point. Everybody really do need to realize that at some point in their life.
Hmm.
Tell me this. You're college educated rapper, okay?
Hmm.
Not unheard of, but it's kind of rare. You feel me?
Yeah, it is
College
rare.
educated rapper, and man, you got a really positive vibe, man. I encourage everybody, all day drip, to go check out my guy's page. You know what I'm saying? Q-Towne Entertainment. Go check him out and just see how he communicates with his people, with his followers, with the fans. They have a really positive energy, and we love it here. You know what I'm saying? Um, just
That's
tell
dope.
me, where does that come from? How you get that?
Well, the positivity aspect that really just comes from me getting more in touch with myself. So like right before I started really going really heavy on my music, I just had like an awakening where it was just like, man, I'm not being everything that I could possibly be. It's like I have in my mind exactly who I want to be and exactly who I see myself as. But then when I look at myself, like I look at my profiles and I look at myself in the mirror, that's not what I see. And so that just caused me to go within and just truly find who I really am and just connect with that person. And once I connected with that person, it was just like, okay, now I found myself. Now I can display myself in my true light, as my true self. Because at first
Right.
people were seeing me, but I don't feel like nobody actually ever saw me for who I really was. So now I feel like people actually get a chance to see me for who I really am, and that's where all of that positivity comes from. Because I'm happy to be myself. I'm happy because I feel like I'm doing what's best for me, and at the same time, I feel like I'm doing what God wants me to do. Which is be myself and just show myself in my true light and show everybody exactly what I love to do and be the best at that. So that's where all of the positivity and everything comes from. And I just do my best to, display that to my audience the same way I feel it in my heart. I display it to my audience as well.
Straight up, and you can see it too. It comes across very, very well,
So,
my God, very well. Hey, listen, and I think it has to contribute to some of the things you got popping going on. You know what I mean? I've been checking you out, and I see that you are up to possibly perform at a something called a BET experience, a BET Award experience. You know what I mean? Tell the people about
Hmm.
that. What's going on with that? Share.
Oh man, I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about that. Real good things, hopeful things about that. Yeah, I'm up to be a performer, one of the main performers at the BET Awards experience. So that whole event that they have for the whole weekend for the BET Awards, I'm gonna be a part
Mhm.
of that event, and I'm gonna get to perform and everything. There is a nomination process, but just me knowing myself, I already know that I'm gonna make it through that nomination process, and I'm gonna be at the BET Awards experience, and I'm gonna be performing King for everybody that want to see. And it's ironic because I used to live in Atlanta, and I had to leave Atlanta because I had like really dire circumstances. I was homeless and things like that. I had nowhere to stay,
Uh-huh.
and so that's actually what ended up driving me to move to California, because I just had no other opportunities left in Atlanta. And so I was just looking for somewhere for me to go where I could find opportunities. And so I ended up coming to California. And what's ironic is just like, they have the BET Awards experience in Atlanta. So even though I basically left Atlanta on bad terms, now I'm coming back, and I'm coming back to perform for everybody that like
Wow.
that I used that basically
Yeah.
that I used to be in front of at first. Like all of my friends and everything is like everybody can come. Everybody can go right on the website, buy a ticket, and they can come see me perform. All people that went to my high school and things like that. So to me, it's
Yeah.
just like it's so surreal. Like it's almost like it's not real, but at the same time, it is real because it's my reality. But it's like
Right.
it's very surreal.
Oh my God, yes it is. The things happen to you, you get blessed, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you look on God, you get blessed in ways you never even dreamed could happen to you. You know, things better than your mind conceive. You understand what I'm saying? And it looks like you're going through something like that right now. Because you're coming back as a king, you're coming back
As a
triumphant.
king,
Yeah, yeah.
triumphant, and I'm performing the song King. So it's like everything just tied in so perfectly, and I couldn't have wrote it better myself. If I would have sat down and wrote a book beforehand, I could not have wrote a better script than the way it actually played out in real life. It's crazy.
See? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I love it. It's awesome. Um, Tell me about like your rhyme flow wasn't working in the ATL, you know what I'm saying? This trap house, the trap, it's a trap kingdom out here, you know what I'm saying? We built this thing,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? As far as
yeah, yeah,
we concerned, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
so your rhyme flow wasn't working out here, flip the script, went to Los Angeles, everything popping for you the way you hope, even better than the way you hope for yourself.
Hmm.
Okay. What is this rhyme flow? Can you express what your rhyme style be like?
Man, my rhyme style is more of a classic rhyme style. So I take my rhyme style from the era of when hip hop was b-boying, and everybody was just straight up bars, just spitting, like they was spitting for punchlines basically. So that's
Yeah.
what I always did. I always spit for wow factor. Like every single line that I spit is spit for wow factor. So whatever I'm thinking of in my mind, I'm just finding a way to flip it to where I make it extravagant. So it could be the most simplest line, like you just walk to the store or something like that, and I'm gonna take that line and I'm gonna flip it to where it's like, oh shoot, he just really made a punchline out of the simplest line. So like you'll listen to my song and line for line for line, you'll just hear like, oh, whoa, whoa, like because everything is just like punch, 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 like it's just bar after bar after bar, but everything just flows so viciously. But it's more of a classic
Vicious.
style, so it's not it's viciously, but I'm leaning more so on a classic style than like the new school kind of like auto tune type style. I'm leaning more so on the classic style, even though I do like the auto tune thing and that type of stuff. I lean more so on the classic type of style, and I like to hear my actual voice come out in the track. So if I hear a track and it don't sound like me, then I'm gonna be kind of uncomfortable. So I'm gonna have to
Ah,
experiment with auto tune and stuff like that because I know I'm gonna do it, but I just really have to experiment with it for myself and find a way to do it in my own way to where I'm not doing it like other people do it. So if I do anything, I basically listen to other things and I see, okay, that's how they did it. That's how they did it. How can I own this and make it completely brand new and bring it out in my own way? So
Yeah.
that's what I have to do with auto tune before I actually explore auto tune in that type of way.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. But you see your future there, that you're going there.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. I just like to experiment with different types of things. So, and auto tune is one of those things. Like, I definitely want to master it. So, it's a
Yeah.
sound that everybody loves the sound. So, like, if you put auto tune on something, it's almost guaranteed to be a hit. So everybody loves the sound. So I definitely want to experiment with
Hey, they made it for a reason. It sounds
it.
really good. They
Yeah, it does.
made it
It
for a
does.
reason, G, for real. So
I
I
got
wish you the
respect for
best
it,
on that.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
got
thank you,
respect
thank
for
you.
it on the real. Hey, speaking of kind of how you put together your sound, whatever like that. Name me what's in your eyes. What's the three top rappers in your mind?
The
Can
top
you just
rappers in my mind,
yeah?
man, that goes back and forth because I listen to a lot of different artists that make a lot of different types of hip hop and just music in general. So if I'm gonna say the artist that's been number one for me, basically since
Hmm.
I started doing hip hop, since I started listening to hip hop and everything, is
Yeah.
always gonna be Nas. So Nas has
Wow.
always been number one in my book. It's just I just like the way that he delivers his style and the way that he's able to take negative things and then put them out in a positive way. So because
Right.
I know it's hip hop, not everything is gonna be super super positive. We have to talk about our lives and the things that we went through, but at the same time, it is best if we can put a positive spin on it and at least bring something positive out of it that people can take away from it, other than just shoot shoot kill kill bang bang stuff like that. So
Right.
in my opinion, it's better to put out a positive message that people can take away from the song, other than just putting out a song for people to just rock to.
Straight
So
up.
Nas is definitely gonna be number one. If
Okay.
I'm going for number two, I'm gonna say Kendrick Lamar. Because Kendrick Lamar,
Oh
ever
yeah.
since Kendrick Lamar came out, like I've just admired Kendrick Lamar as an artist, just in the fact that he was so free in the way that I wanted to be free to do music. Because he never came out as the type of artist that everybody would normally gravitate to. It's like he
Mm-mm.
came out as himself, and then people gravitated to him. And and every time he drops an album, he completely reinvents himself, and he's able to get people to gravitate to his new self all over again. And so I just admire, just the way he came into the game. I admire what he does, and just the way that
Yeah.
he continuously just grows and reinvents himself with every single project. Because I haven't heard a Kendrick Lamar project yet that I didn't hear and was like, yo, that was some monumental, some
Wow.
monumental stuff right there. So
Kendrick
Kendrick is definitely
is
gonna
a
be number
master.
two. Master, master, and just his lyrical capability. It just wowed me from the beginning. I'm just like, man, this little dude. He reminded me so much of myself, but his flow
Yeah.
was just out of this world. And I was just like, yo, if like this is the guy. If I'm a model after anybody in the industry, then I want to model after this dude.
Straight
That's the
up.
only
Oh,
person.
awesome. Yeah,
So,
man.
so I'm
Kendrick
trying
is
to
a
think
virtuoso.
who the third.
Yeah, who your
I'm
third
trying
one?
to
Got
think
any
who the
idea?
third one is. All right.
You
So
don't
the
have to have one
third,
if you ain't got one.
no, I have one. I have one. I'm gonna just say the third artist that I'm really big on right now, and that third artist will have to be Currency. So
Currency.
Currency, yeah, Currency. And I feel like a lot of people sleep on Currency, but Currency is another person that has a lyrical capability that doesn't get the respect that it deserves. And he has so many different styles. He can basically hop on any type of beat, but he chooses to hop on like kind of slower, mellow type beats and just ride it out. But when
Yeah.
he hops on like a song where you can just bop to, he ride it out so crazy, like kind of like Gucci Mane used to do back in the day. Like Gucci Mane to just hop on a track, like, and then you could just ride, like, oh, you could just bop to it the
Bounce
whole
with it.
time, and that's how Currency do it.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Nice. All right. Your boy Kendrick and Currency. Yeah. Those are great choices. Great choices. I didn't expect Currency though. That's hot. That's hot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wasn't expecting to say Currency, but Currency he's really top of my list right now, especially when we talk about artists that are really kind of underground, but he's able to straddle that mainstream like platform. So he can come mainstream whenever he wants to, and then he goes right back underground. And so I admire that too, because he's not one of those commercial artists where it's like it's clear that he's just doing it for the money. Like it's clear that he's doing it for the love of the music, and he's just enjoying the money that comes with it too.
Right, exactly. And I think that is what anybody should want any career. You know what I mean? Do it for the love. They say the money will come. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Hey, where you see? I like to ask everybody where you see yourself in the next 5 years. You know what I mean? Where your
In the
place
next
in the
5
game?
years, shoot, I'm Grammy nominated, probably holding the Grammy by then.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm holding the Grammy by then. I'm competing with all of the biggest ones. They know my name and they see me as a threat. Basically, that's in the next 5 years. That's what's happening.
There you go. There you go. There's a lot of a lot of industry A&R and executives and everything. Check out our site. And I'm praying for the best for you. You know what I'm saying? And you have many great choices in your future to come. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be following you, checking out where you at and what's popping with you. And we're gonna reach out to you too, just to see what's going on. We got right now though, we got that single King that's popping on alldayDrip.com right now. People can find it on Spotify. It's streaming everywhere. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We are hoping for big things for this BET Award experience. You know what I mean? And so,
Big things coming.
That's right. Check them out. Check them out. And matter of fact, go ahead and tell everybody your platforms and where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me everywhere. You can find me on Instagram. You can type in my name, or you can do @Hometown Q. So the name of my record label is Hometown Entertainment, HOMETOWNE. So, and then entertainment. So you can go to hometownentertainment.com. That's my record label. You can also follow me on Instagram @HometownQ. You can follow me on Twitter for with the same thing @HometownQ_. And you can follow me on TikTok as well at HometownQ.
Word. There you go. There you go. It's blowing up, and we wish the best for you. And like I said, we're gonna be following you, and we're gonna have to link up too, also, and figure out how to create more hot, fresh connections. You know what I mean?
Oh,
for both of us.
Definitely. And if y'all if you happen to have any representatives that are present at BET, then have them come up and do an interview with me at BET on the red carpet or something like that. However we can do it when we get over there at BET.
There you go. There you go. And I know it's gonna be awesome. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be paying attention to that for big time. So best of luck to you, my G. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see you next time. All Day Drip, and we out.